Hello, everyone, and welcome back to class. This week, we are going to continue to talk about our dynamic planet. And the best way to talk about it is by using the environment around us. We do this because we want to be able to build a connection to our learners using the local environment and geography. Be able to appeal to the learner's sense making. This week, we are going to be talking about rocks, which happens to be my favorite subject, being a geologist. But we need to be able to think about it as a contextual model. Really, what is going on in our planet that makes it dynamic? For an example, the rocks that we see all around us and the processes that help form our minerals and how our continents drift around the planet is part of a system called the geosphere. On our planet, we have a variety of different other systems, such as the atmosphere and hydrosphere, which provide our climate and even our usable water on our planet. The biosphere, in which all the plants and animals, including us, are part of. And then there's actually another sphere which scientists are still debating if it even exists or not, but it incorporates all of our technology and culture that we've developed as humans. We call that the anthroposphere. But we need to think again that everything needs to be a model. We need to take a concept and then provide it to our learners as a physical model that they can handle. Right now, I am broadcasting this weekly welcome on the outskirts of Maryland and West Virginia. In fact, Kaiser, West Virginia is just right over yonder. And so I want to be able to incorporate the local examples of the topics we are going to cover. And again, we're going to be learning this as a model. So right behind me, this entire wall is a shale deposit. It's a Paleozoic age shale deposit. It's called the Brayler Formation. Now, in order to identify the Brayler Formation, we use the same processes that we talked about in the minerals unit, where rocks have their own identifications, their own definitions. For example, shale, right here, has its own unique definition that is distinct from, say, a mudstone, it's distinct from a limestone, and even a sandstone, or conglomerate. This is really important because it allows us to keep organized as educators and be able to express the importance of learning about these different systems. One of the topics we're going to cover actually can be observed right above us in that uppermost layer that I'm pointing at. Right above. And right over there. Do you see those tree branches? Those tree branches are actually mechanically weathering through all of this shale deposit. And so we can actually express to our learners that rocks can be broken down as part of the rock cycle. Shale is part of the sedimentary rock group, and the sedimentary rocks are sister to the igneous rocks, which are formed through volcanic processes, and also metamorphic rocks, rocks that can change. In fact, take a look at, you see on how it's the shale deposit has a wavy look to it. So that actually tells earth scientists that eventually, maybe like millions of years from now, this shale deposit may actually transform as part of the model that we call the rock cycle. And we also have to ask our own learners. We have to make them wonder about what else is going on. We are going to take the idea of weathering and use it as a vehicle of communication in science to ask our learners, is our planet truly dynamic and unique in the universe? Or are our nearest celestial neighbors, such as Mars, does Mars have the same weathering and erosion processes that our learners can experience in the world around them? All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me using email, Zoom, or just swing by my office. I'll be happy to help. And good luck on your lessons. We do have in lecture, we're going to be going over how Earth scientists better understand the world around them using models and different concepts, and how to communicate that on a pedagogical level to our learners. How can we create a guide or a schematic for elementary students and all the way up into middle school about actually asking questions of how does this piece of shale right here, how do we call it shale? And what's the usefulness of identifying it as such? In lab, I'm going to show you another resource that we can incorporate here in your classroom. That is the idea of virtual museum tours, where we're going to go out and actually, I purchased you virtual tickets to go and visit the Smithsonian Museum. You see, again, we want to be able to expose our learners to science as much as possible. Get them interested in it. The Smithsonian is our national museum, and it has a wonderful rock and mineral collection. And we are gonna interact with it. So again, if you need some assistance, please reach out.